Show with your co-host, the one and only I am the man, Mac One. Thanks for joining us today, guys. And tonight, we got a great show for you. But we first want to let you know we're the voice of the people. So sit back, strap in, seat yourself in your most comfortable seat because we're about to take a ride, a 1-hour journey of entertainment that you'll definitely enjoy. So it's time to get at it. Let's talk. The Simeon, Henderson, and Mag One Show on IntellectualRadio.com.
What's going on, Mag One? How you feeling, baby?
Back in action. I'm back in the saddle with you, baby boy. What's good with you?
It's time to get it. What's up, everybody out there watching in Facebook world, Facebook Live? We need 1,000 viewers tonight. I need you guys to get on. I need you to share it because it's going down. Let's do this live right here in the studio. So we want to get this thing cracking. I introduce my first guest, Mag One. Our topic tonight is the casting couch. Now, the casting couch that deals with entertainment and corporate. Is it real? And do people really use it to get ahead in their career? We're going to start it off with, everybody know about the case with Bill Cosby, right? They said what he did. And then we got the Weinstein case.
Yep.
And it was prolific. It was everywhere. And then we had Terry Crews coming out and speaking against it, starting the Me Too movement, which was a great movement because this gave a voice to the people. And because of this, people were no longer scared to come out. So with that being said, our show tonight is going to get hot and heavy. We got my man Mag One, and we got our first guest, Miss Sarita Love is in the building. Show us some love.
Hey.
The lovely Sarita Love. How about that?
Let me tell you a little bit about her. So Sarita Love is a relational group and organizational professional who understands the importance of combining book and street smarts. She recalls growing up with junkies for negative things such as drug and alcohol use, as well as crime. These people were hooked on everything but the desire to achieve beyond their addiction. Just like alcoholics have Alcoholics Anonymous, success junkies have Sarita. And the thing I like about Sarita, as I went through her bio, we have a lot of things in common. Yeah. We both lost our parents. We both had to stand up and become, the people that we are and overcome adversity. And we're going to dive right into this thing, Sarita. Mag One, do me a favor. We got a few questions for her. We're going to ask her these questions because we want to know what you think about the casting couch. Anybody that's tuning in, we want you guys to tune in and let us know what you think about the casting couch and if it's real. I see you guys are tuning in right now on Facebook Live. That's what we need. We need as many people to tune in and share. Let's go with this topic because it's hot. We got Sarita Love. We have Jay Davis in the building, and we have the celebrity chef, Tawana Divine.
Oh, she cooked up a whipping, slamming meal too. So we have it all here in studio today, of course. But we're gonna get right down to it. Do you know what the casting couch is, Sarita?
Yes, I do. I am familiar.
Okay. So what is that to you?
Okay, it is how funny. I'm an author. So
right.
And my book is called The Success High, 12 Steps to Getting and Staying Ahead. But it's getting ahead the right way. And I think sometimes it's getting ahead the wrong way. And getting ahead might require...
Wait. Listen, Mag One, we're not going to act like she didn't just say that.
Sarita, I heard the Freudian slip at least 3 times in there. You done gone straight from that casting couch right into the bedroom. She didn't skip right over the couch. Couch gone. We're at the bedroom for sure now.
She said, I heard her. Getting head.
Listen, Trina made that song popular, but you just brought it back in here.
Heard you. From the boardroom to the bedroom.
Okay, I got you now.
Let me throw this out there real quick, Mag One, because I forgot to do it at the beginning.
Yeah.
As you all can see, we all have shirts on that says, I can't, but my God can. And Mag One is rocking the Mad Paper hat. That's my man B. Crosby with Mad Paper clothing, and we're gonna do a challenge that I can't, but my God can challenge because that God has done a lot for people, and people are scared to admit it and talk about it. but it's not about being the most religious person in the world. It's just about believing in something real, something good, and doing the right thing. And all of us sitting here, Mag One and I go back over 20 years. We know each other's story. We've been there with each other. We've been there to help each other. And Sarita, now I know your story, and we know. So we're gonna get into that later.
The craziest thing about that is we've known each other for over 2 decades, and I'm only 21.
Ah,
that's so weird.
So that means I've known you since you were like one.
Like a toddler. Yeah,
that's crazy.
I was barely walking.
So we're not gonna say how old I am if you're 21. That means I'm 25, right?
Well, let me add to that.
So go ahead.
Go further into the question because obviously I wouldn't say a curse word or anything wrong.
You don't curse?
But yes, I curse.
Okay.
I curse.
All right.
But no, I believe in if God is co-signed on it, it's already yours. So
okay.
We're keeping it real, right?
Yeah. Let's keep it real. That's what it's about.
So we are keeping it real. So I wouldn't say anything too crazy.
That's okay.
But I am going to be real. Yeah.
No, you have to keep it real. Understand this. Before people take it out of context.
Yes.
Look, I can't, but God can. We want to make sure that people understand we have a wholesomeness, and we all here are practicing Christians, I believe, in some regard.
Yes.
But by the same token, we have to hit on subjects and topics that really fit the bill and understand that what people truly have to talk about. So when we dive into some of the subject matter, it may hit points and tap parts of your psyche that you may think that aren't of God or wholesomeness, but we just want to keep it in perspective.
Yes.
These are things that have to be discussed. And one thing I do want to 100%. And one thing I do want to point out, just as a public service announcement, another senseless life taken today on I believe that the west side, I believe, of Chicago. It was a senseless shooting because I think it was rightfully done just based on the criterion that I saw myself, but just another African-American black life that's taken for just really bad circumstances. Maybe we can touch on that a little bit later, but it's just something I just wanted to point out, not to put a damper on our cloud or anything like that, but you guys know that if you've been watching out there on Facebook land and the rest of our viewing audience and listening audience. But we're here to talk about the Casting Couch with Sarita Love. Bring it home to us. Tell us what you think the term actually means, how it applies to the industry and entertainment.
So the couch isn't always a real couch. It's situations and circumstances that new levels, new devils.
Okay.
You know, you may be fresh blood attempting to get an opportunity. So that could be industry related and that could be professional. Like we said, white collar, blue collar, it really depends. But I think if I'm clear, the understanding that I have is what will you do? It's no limits to what would you do to get to that next level.
And the casting couch typically, not to interrupt you, is applying to a female coming up in the industry. Now, obviously, there are a lot of males. No, I got it. No. I know that there are men, and they are maybe propositioned in that regard by other men who are in that authority figure or whatever it may be. Yeah. But for the most part, it is mostly women who are really propositioned in this respect. So you speak from a vantage point of being a female, and the other criterion in that is also being attractive. If you're kind of dog ugly, you probably ain't getting cast a couch nothing, because your talents probably are going to speak for themselves. If someone is just a little bit on the backside of being not as talented as someone else, however, they're drop dead or they're looking like Sarita Love, then they may be more apt to be propositioned by someone in a higher authority. Speak on to that if you can.
Now, does it have to be a couch?
No, that's what you mean. It's metaphoric.
Yeah, metaphoric. Because you're talking about people getting thrown up on the desk. They're getting thrown up in the windowsill. They get.
So she spoke on it earlier when she alluded to the fact that it's situations.
It is situation. So what we're gonna do really quick, we have a caller. We're gonna take this caller and callers, when you call in, I just want to let you guys know we're gonna give you guys like a minute or a minute and a half. We got a lot of people online live right now coming in and out.
That's funny, a minute and a half on the casting couch.
So let's take this caller. Can we get the caller? Caller, are you there? Which button? Caller, are you there? Which the on button? Caller, are you there? Hit again.
Yep. So we lost you right there. We're gonna get you back there.
Caller, you there? Hit again.
Yeah, I think we lost our first caller, but that's okay. The lines are jammed up pretty good. We'll get them. Yeah. Okay. So if you guys, still are on there on live right now, just go ahead and call back. We have a lot of people that are trying to get in. The boards are jammed up. This is a pretty hot topic. So make sure you guys just try to get in, and we'll make sure that we get this correct for you momentarily. Just a little bit of technical difficulty.
So let's go back to you, Sarita.
Have you or anyone that you've ever known been propositioned on the casting couch, or should I say special favors in advance to get in your career?
Let's say not directly.
Okay, indirectly.
Okay.
However, I will, and I was telling a coworker today, I was like, remember that incident that happened a few years ago? I think I'm going to share that on the show.
You're going to okay, hold on before you share that.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling into the Simeon Henderson with Mag One show. You're on live. Hello.
Hey, hi. Who do we got on the line? Hey, Dave. How are you, bud? Thank you for calling in to the Simeon Henderson with Mag One show with Sarita live with us today. Sarita Love. Are you listening in advance to the conversation? Do you know the topic that we're on right now? Okay, the casting couch. What would you want to talk about as far as the casting couch is concerned?
I'm familiar with my boy Simbo.
That most people are. He's Mr. Chicago, as most people know him now. Also promoting his new book, Through the Eyes of a Man. Tell us a little bit more about what you know about the casting couch as far as the entertainment business is concerned.
I want to know, has he ever been propositioned on a casting couch?
Oh my goodness.
Okay. So you know what? Sarita, I'm gonna give my story after Sarita gives hers, because I have one. I have a real life story from when I was living in LA. Mag One knows it. I told him about it, but I'm going to share with the world tonight. I have a story about the casting couch.
I know Simbo been putting in work for a long time, and I haven't seen him on the big screen yet.
You going to see me on the big screen? Shut up.
Yeah, he'll be there soon enough. We appreciate the call, Dave.
Hey,
we're going to let
Dave.
Sarita get to you. We're going to get your question answered for you. Don't worry about that. Sim is going to break that story down for you, but you'll see him on a real big screen or a screen somewhere near you soon.
TV show coming up.
I'll at you in a minute. Thanks, bud. Sarita, go ahead and tell us about your situation.
All right. So for the record, I'm not an actress or anything of that nature. I'm a speaker. I'm an author. I do a lot of things with the youth. And I was seeking an opportunity to speak at a college. And a very well-respected, attractive gentleman, but he way much more mature than me. I'm 34, so he was in his early 60s.
Okay.
But I have some
He tried to give you SARS.
Oh, man. So I'm always around high caliber gentlemen and ladies.
Right.
So I have great mentors. And one day, through a mentor, I met this man, and he's like, yeah, I'm a professor at blah, blah, blah university. I would love for you to bring your marketing skill set to my class, blah, blah, blah. Let's do dinner.
Oh, okay.
Let's do dinner. I'm like, cool.
That's how it starts.
We're in good company. I'm like, okay, well, a friend of you is a friend of mine.
Okay.
So we go to dinner, and dinner is great.
Yeah.
Dinner is great. It's extremely professional.
Was it expensive?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was trying to get some booty. Go ahead.
And I knew.
And that's the indication.
Yeah.
But I knew he's attracted to me. But I'm,
right. Yeah.
I don't think. I didn't think anything of it.
You don't think a man in his position is ready to take
thought he was
that
too old.
Unnecessary step.
You thought he was too old. You thought he couldn't handle that.
Actually, I like older men.
Okay.
I like older men, so that had nothing.
So
to
you
do
would
with
like Mag One because he's older than me.
At 21, I'm way too young for you.
You're
Way too young for you.
But let me just say this. I'll fast forward. It was so embarrassing. Oh my gosh. So I ran into a girlfriend of mine who's like an international basketball player. She came to the restaurant. So this is a nice restaurant, right?
Sure.
So I meet her, and she's looking like, what's Rita doing with that old man? Whatever. She comes and says hello. And then they have to sit right across from us. So of course I toned down our conversation.
Yeah.
And not once did he ever cross the line until dessert.
Oh, wow.
I
picked a pretty poignant time to do that.
Interesting.
Speaking of dessert, I'm looking forward to the chef. I'm looking
forward
forward to that
What was
food.
the dessert?
we had the molten lava.
Okay.
cake.
Oh, yeah. That's oozing out.
Oh, yeah, he was oozing too.
There you go.
So fast forward, and we're going to keep it moving. I asked him, what do you like to do? We always say, like, what do you do? What do you enjoy? What do you like to do for fun? Blah, blah, blah. He said, hopefully making love to you.
Whoa.
Now, we went from professional,
Whoa.
and then he said, I will not apologize. I have lived this many years. This is what's on my mind. You want this opportunity? I'm like, whoa.
He was probably down to his last.
He was infinity.
Make sure that you're pointing toward the camera. I want them to see the shirt. This would have been a perfect time for you to look and have your shirt and say, I can't, but God can. I will allow you to make all the love that you would like to God. I can't, but God can.
Meg, wait a minute. He said, I will not apologize. I probably only got 5 more love making sessions in me.
You're talking about humiliated, like in all seriousness.
So how did you get out of it?
We wrapped up dinner and check, please.
Oh, okay.
We wrapped dinner up and everything. He asked to walk me to my car. I declined, but he still came out, and I hate to make a scene, so I know how to keep my game face. So I was like, you know what? You want to walk me to my car? Great. I was glad we didn't drive.
I know that's right. That would have been an awkward ride home.
Yes.
Please, if you're going to meet someone for a professional evening meetup, I caution the evening meetups. Let me just say that.
Okay.
But he limped. I didn't know he limped. Because I've always seen this brother sitting down.
Sarita, I'm about to flip this table over.
I can't do it.
That was the end of it.
Wow.
But what if I
you didn't negated a invalid cripple? That's what you wouldn't give him none?
Man.
Oh, this is
you could at least gave him a kiss.
Something.
That revealed to me that
what?
He's done that before.
Of course. What you thought you were?
He was so comfortable because so many women.
He's done it before and he succeeded.
Wait, here's the deal though, Sarita. This is what's kind of mind-boggling to me. He thought he could just get a little action for you doing a little speech at the college.
Class.
Oh, geez, Louise's. I mean,
no cap.
Hey, Mag 1.
How long was the?
At least he fed her.
So this was going to be a job for the semester, or was? I'm sorry. Was it a job for the semester?
One course. It was I was going to be, the guest.
Just for that day.
Guest presenter for a day.
Yeah.
So for 1 hour, 50 minutes is the class.
That's the lecture in the lecture hall.
Wow.
So he's trying to get 60 seconds of pleasure for you to get in a 1 hour a day. I don't even know what I want to call that. Oh wow! So
did you get a standing ovation?
Unbelievable.
Is someone on the line, Wanda?
That was dead.
Unbelievable.
Did you get? Go ahead, Mark.
No. So I mean, I'm dumbfounded that this is. Yeah, obviously he's done that before.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So if he believes that you would, fall for game just for you to do a 1 hour presentation to a group of people, imagine what others have maybe succumbed to for other positions.
Well,
just think if it was a weekend, workshop.
Yeah.
Oh my.
So I'll say one last thing, you guys, because I do want you to know this.
Yes.
It's not, the casting couch does not just entail one person. It's groups who work together.
Oh yeah.
And because I gave a recap of that evening to the person I was connected to. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So it's like me coming back to you and telling you about this horrible night with
Absolutely.
your friend. And he was just like, wait, so you declined?
Oh wow. So another way, he was probably like trying to see.
The nudge was kind of like, so I was just.
He set you up.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh wow.
So it was really interesting. I was like, oh.
Well, wow. And speaking of that group thing, in some instances there's group behavior. There's group get downs, and it's not always.
Well, yeah, I understand exactly where you're coming from. Not to cut you off, but in my research with the behavior analysis unit at Criminal Minds, okay, I have seen that. I understand exactly that. Dr. Spencer Reed has told me that the behavior of predators is group forming. They're like a pack of wolves. They
strength in numbers.
Strength in numbers. They work off of each other. So I can see where it's a derivative of something that someone who may have introduced you to him. Because I guess they say the apples don't really fall very far from the tree, and it doesn't have to necessarily mean bloodline. Yeah. It means that incorporation.
Birds of a feather flock together.
We're just going to throw every colloquialism out.
Everyone.
Carry on now, wayward son.
No.
Oh, okay. I just threw it out there.
Look, Mag 1. I'm like, no, we ain't gonna do it. So everybody out there in Facebook land live watching us, you guys, the numbers keep going up and down. Thank you. Keep tuning in and sharing. We are sitting here talking about the casting couch, aka getting ahead in your career for favors that you might not want to do, that you might not be privy to. Well, no, you might be privy to. But what do? How do you react when you are propositioned? How do you react? Because the way you react can determine your career. You can get blackballed for reacting the wrong way, or you can go further by reacting the right way, or you can just end up in a neutral position because you respectfully declined.
Having had the experience yourself now, what advice would you give someone in a similar circumstance that was approached in an inappropriate manner to advance their career? What advice would you give them in order to be able to dodge that, but still, try to maintain some form of a professional relationship with someone who you will eventually have to, reconnect with at some point? What advice would you give that person?
So I have an A and B answer. And they're short. The A answer is for more in just the regular professional environment. Know in advance what you will and will not do. Just assuming that could happen, especially for women.
Okay.
But on the Hollywood side and acting and things of that nature, that's a whole different ballgame. Yeah. Because you can be in an uncompromising situation and you can be recorded and don't know you're recorded.
Yes.
You can be coerced by someone you respect and admire. I mean, there are truly levels to this. So if you are serious about getting ahead with morals, solid morals and values, you got to know what your limits are. Or if you don't have any, so be it. But just understand what comes with that for the long haul.
Exactly.
So
appreciating all the callers that are calling in. So we do have a caller that's online. You're on the Simeon Henderson Show with Mag One and the lovely Sarita Love in studio.
Hey, this is Gene Muhammad.
What's up, Gene? How are you, buddy?
Hey, Gene, what's going on with you, bud? You know it is. What's going on with you, bud? How you been, man?
He the only one that got arms bigger than his head.
The first, like I always used to ask for headshots and resumes.
What?
People always said resumes. They never had a headshot. You sent me my first
combination.
First combination.
Yes. I remember that way back when. This is producer, director extraordinaire, Agent Muhammad. He's done so many different great works in the past.
What's the name of the pilot?
I'm just happy for both of y'all. But look at my brothers doing their thing. I'm on vacation, man. But,
Oh, appreciate that. I think I sent you a happy birthday as well.
Happy birthday, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm in Panama, man. I said,
yeah.
All over the world.
Oh, man. Then I noticed Mark. I'm happy for both of y'all, man. I'm hoping this thing blow up real nice for you.
Appreciate that. Always. Thank you, Agent.
Man, just keep doing your thing, man. That's all we do, man. It's after you think about it, you know what I'm saying? It's just about tenacity and perseverance.
That's it. Perseverance and persistent. Being persistent. Ajeen Muhammad.
As far as that casting count, though, I've been doing this 10 years. I wouldn't sleep with anybody, man. It's bad for business.
Hey, would you sleep with yourself?
Yeah, I love me. Real deal. I'm so in love with me. I don't need to sleep with myself.
Hey, Ajeen Muhammad. Ajeen Muhammad, I want to let everybody know that Mag One and I was in one of your productions, A Man's Got to Do What a Man's Got to Do, and also your movie Letters from Prison. That was just with myself and Michelle Ivy.
Mark did what he supposed to. He did a play. He did a nice job, man. I'm proud to see y'all do y'all thing, man. Whenever I see y'all on TV or in a commercial, I'm like, man, I work with them guys. They don't really believe me, but I'm like, nah, they work with me for real.
Hey, we're still available. You know what I mean? Still humble and available for whatever it is that you'd like to get something to. We're always looking at. Yeah. Caveat to that. Yeah. Yeah, just in case you missed that, the undertone of that, we do everything but not for free, you know now.
Hashtag not for.
Hashtag.
Ajeen, one thing I'll say about you, Ajeen always tries to pay his actors. But Ajeen, I want you to be careful of your wording from now on, because you led into saying something, and the first words out of your mouth was you remember Marco giving you his headshot.
Oh boy. That's not a good look for me. So, that's going to leave a mark on me.
You call it, listen.
I'm just saying.
Hey,
tomato.
You know, Simeon is still an absolute idiot, so you should expect that to come from her. I don't know if you've noticed in studio, we have the lovely Sarita Love in studio with us. She
birthday
is.
Boy.
Yes. Okay. I'm glad we can make a little love today. Oh my God, she didn't hit him with the Marilyn Monroe.
Happy birthday.
Okay, Mr. Kennedy. All right.
She's trying to get in your next. Position.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Hey, appreciate you. As always, Agent, we appreciate you. Thank you guys for calling in as people have continued to watch the Simeon Henderson with Mag One show here with lovely Sarita Love in there. You take care of yourself. Be safe out there.
He hung up. So Mag One, let's give a shout out to all the people watching live on Facebook. We have Lisa Stewart. We have Jay Thurman. We have Amanda Robbins all the way from what's the where the kangaroos at?
Brookfield?
Australia. From Australia.
That's
from Austria.
It's a little bit farther than Brookfield.
No. Hey, Amanda. We got Annabelle Perret. We got Temple. We have Willie Mitchell. What's up, Willie?
Hey, shout out to everyone watching.
Dean.
So yeah, before
Shout
you go down
out.
the list,
I ain't gonna go down the whole
we
list.
appreciate you all again for tuning in,
but I won't.
So, Miss Rita Love, before we have to culminate here
Austria
on this segment, understanding the likes of what it is in the casting couch and all the things that you have been through, give us the biggest highlight that you've had in your career, something that you truly had to overcome that really has what built you up to be the person that you are today.
What made you, the success junkie?
Oh that dates back to the earlier years. Simeon knows this already. Lost my mom at 9. So oh my God. So I'm 34, but I think from the age of 9 until now, there hasn't been a year without some sort of traumatic event in my life.
Wow.
Like serious, like things that would break people down to the point that they're medicated. And most recent is last year. I had to decide if my father lived or died. That was in my hands.
Oh, wow.
I don't wish that on a worst enemy.
Do you have siblings?
So I'm the middle.
Oh, wow.
The only female. So I'm fueled by adversity, oddly enough.
Wow.
No one understands my resilience. I don't, but that goes back to what we got on.
That's it.
What I have across my chest.
I can't, but my God can. And that's who builds you up and keeps you strong. Guys, if you need this shirt, you want this shirt, inbox me, hit us up, and we'll make sure you get it. Mad Paper, he'll get it produced. They're only $20. So one of the sponsors today, everybody has the I Can't, but My God Can shirt on and the Mad Paper hat. We're doing it big here on Intellectual Radio, iHeartRadio, the Simeon Henderson Show with Mag One. Our special guest, Sarita Love, looking lovely in the building in her nice, it's pink? Fuchsia. Yeah, her fuchsia shirt. Yeah. And it's going down tonight. We got another good guest coming up. We got Jay Davis from Not Another Black Movie and Not Another Zombie Movie and just Not Another Movie, period. And we have in the house, we have Miss Tawana Divine, the celebrity chef. She got some of her treats in here for us today. And if you guys is watching, this is her pamphlet. It's going down. We have some jerk sliders. I can't wait to get one. So I think we're gonna take a break right now. We're gonna take a little musical break. But before we take that break, Mag One, can you explain to the people one more time what tonight's topic is about?
We are talking about the casting couch and everything that goes along with the casting couch. Does it really exist? And do actually people use that to further their own careers? And why do the people who do it, those maybe can be considered predators, do that to the people that are trying to come up in the industry? That's what topic we're on the Simeon Henderson and Mag One show. Our lovely guest, Sarita Love, we thank her for being here. All our Facebook people, make sure that you guys continue to chime in. We're seeing all your messages. We're going to try to get back to you. Some of the people who are tweeting things, we're going to try to get to you as quickly as possible, but we can't get that to everyone. But make sure that you guys call. If you don't know the number, 708-223-8953, 708-223-8953. We have the lovely Wanda, our producer extraordinaire. She's going to answer the phone. She'll probably tell you to go straight to hell, but that's okay. If you don't get that version, you'll be on the show. So Talk to us, holler at us. We're having a good time here. We're on the casting couch here on the Simeon Henderson and Mag One show today. Holler at us.
It's going down. So I hope you guys are enjoying this time we're having, because it's something not to be taken lightly. And we have to really think about what we're saying, because we're making light of some situations, because that's just what you have to do when something is so deep. But also, we want you guys to know that we're here for you to talk to. We're here to help you through this. We're here to help you in any way that we can with our conversation, to let you know that you are worthy and you should be respected, and no one should ever underestimate or undermine your worth. Sarita, one question I have for you, because you told us a couple of things. Yeah. You wrote a book. I did, right? Yeah. You wrote a book.
You're just doing everything.
Yeah, she wrote a book. And I want you to
I like that.
Can you do me a favor? Absolutely. Can you give the people really quick just what your book is? And then after that, we're going to do our music break and bring our next guest on.
All right. Well, as you stated a few moments ago, I'm known as Success Junkie. That's the name of my brand. It's a personal and professional achievement brand. I'm a product of Inglewood in Chicago. So for anyone who has experienced adverse conditions, which I think that's applicable to all of us, I've written a book that is for everyone from college bound to I didn't finish school to I want to be an entrepreneur to I'm an entrepreneur, but I'm not making money to I'm stuck. It is written in a way that no matter how bright you are, how much you do not know, it is leveled out. 12 steps to getting and staying ahead. All I've done was put a spin on the connotation. Well, not the connotation, but the 12-step program for Alcoholics Anonymous. In being a success junkie, there's a first hit. Your first hit is recalling your first proud moment in your life. That feeling you have when your endorphin levels skyrocket.
I got you.
You can have that feeling again.
Thank you.
One more thing, I hit on there are side effects to being ambitious. Last but not least, success overdose. So while we're talking about the casting couch, you get to a certain point where you're winning at life. You know what I mean? Do you reach down and pull up ethically?
Yeah.
Ethically.
Do you reach? So it's either do you reach down and pull up or do you pull out?
Yes. Yep.
Metaphorically.
I'm gonna let the fellas for you guys this evening. But no, the book is called The Success High: 12 Steps to Getting and Staying Ahead. My name is Sarita Love.
Where can they find that?
It's okay to be hooked on ambition. You type Success Junkie and you will find me. It's not hard.
Okay, everybody, there you have it. The Simeon Henderson Show with Mag One and Sarita Love. Here is The Greatest by Sino. Check it out.
That's why I flow so well. Yeah. I'm feeling myself. What? Alright. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
It's not to be and not to be. It is just my destiny to be the greatest. And you can try and block my shine, but I know it's my time to be the greatest.
I made it fancy free, had to part from.
Yeah, we're coming back. All right, everybody, we're back. We are back with the Simeon Henderson Show with Mag One, and we have our other special guest, Jay Davis. And Mr. Mag One, can you introduce him? And before you introduce him, let me say this, guys. You're gonna see me eating for a second because we have these jerk sliders by Tawana Divine, the celebrity chef, and they are awesome. And then I had this lemonade that she made with some berries in it. It's dope. So go ahead. I'm gonna eat while you do that, Marco.
This is Jay Davis, guys. If you haven't heard of Jay Davis, he's been all over Chicago. We're gonna call him Mr. Chicago Jr. All right.
Okay. We look like brother.
Okay. So I'm just gonna hit that on you. You may not love that, but I just gave it to you anyway, Jay. I just gave her Supergirl. Success Girl. So you are now officially Mr. Chicago Jr. Unfortunately, in the spring of 2012, Jay released his second feature film entitled Shots Fired. Shots Fired was picked up by global distribution company Maverick Entertainment, and it's currently available on Best Buy, Walmart. You can go to Family Video, Barnes & Nobles, and any of your Amazon on-demand stuff. Tell us a little bit more about some of the stuff that you've had in your career before I have to just go all through it. He's a writer, director extraordinaire. He's done so many things here in the city here, and he's trying to get himself on a fast track to the next level, and he is already well on his way there. So, Jay, tell us a little bit more about your historical stuff.
You know you made it when you got Simeon poster looking at you in the background right there. With one eye creeping out. But no, I did a few movies. my last movie, not another black movie. Simeon was actually in that movie. It's a spoof on Tyler Perry type movies, and it's doing well on Amazon Prime.
Yes, it is.
Doing great numbers. Ready to shoot the sequel for it. So I just been out making movies, making people laugh. And
you had a current project that you're doing online. Is that correct?
Choke on Net, the series. It's a sketch comedy show. Should be on Amazon Prime this week. It's 6 22-minute episodes, so it's a series.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about the motivation behind that particular project.
I just want to make people laugh, man. We got a white supremacist president right now, and people need to laugh. So people need to laugh at some of the stuff going on instead of hurt each other.
I'm assuming you've poked fun in your episodes of that gentleman.
Race.
Okay.
Just race in general, because
sure.
You know, it's funny at the end of the day.
And you keep it light on both sides, so you're giving it to
Wait a minute.
everybody. It's some equal opportunity slap shot artist. Gotcha.
So speaking of, we're talking about the casting couch, right?
Oh,
okay.
So everybody, please, if you're watching, please hit the share button so people can tune in. We're trying to get over 100 viewers right now at one time. Hit the share button so people can tune in and be a part of the show. We have Jay Davis, Mag One, and Simeon. We're sitting here having an awesome time. People are tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Hit the share button. Question. There was one of your skits.
Yes.
I swear I was drinking some juice when I was watching and spit it across the room.
Which one?
The one was it an Alcoholics Anonymous class or a drug rehab class? And
Lamar McNulty.
And the white lady.
Oh yeah, it was about harassment.
Yeah, it was
he thought he was trying to talk about sexual harassment, and it was actually.
All right, well, paint a picture for us so we can see the sketch with, and show us where we can actually get to it, so that people can know how to get to it and access it right after they hear about it.
It's on jdavisfilms.com on my website, but it's the character I play is called Lamar McNulty, a super substitute. So he comes to the room, and in the room he goes in, he wants to teach about sexual harassment in Hollywood. And so he's teaching people what to do if they ever get harassed. And he's like 3 different scenarios he runs through. I'm not going to give away the whole sketch.
Give us that one with her.
Oh, yeah. I asked this one lady, what do you do if I'm a Hollywood director and I invite you to my place and I come out and I don't have any drawers on? What's the first thing you do? She yell out, spit on it. So fast forward to the end of the sketch,
I cried.
Found out he's actually in a sex rehab room, and he's went to the wrong classroom. But
oh my God!
He's trying to help people fight sexual harassment.
The irony.
So the question for you is,
from the mind of Jay Davis,
right?
So the question to you is, not to skip around the topic,
right?
What is
dive right into it?
Have you ever been asked to go to the casting couch, or have you ever tried to take someone to the casting couch? Can we be honest? Because you've actually produced your own films, and you're the man that's hiring the actors, and you have a lot of pretty women in your movies.
That's a lot,
and I think some of them might be strippers.
I don't do background checks, so. But
so for all of you guys who are working women, you are officially now potential actors and actresses in this industry.
I've never been on the casting couch.
Okay.
And I've never put someone on the casting couch. I've been flirted with a lot, like all the time. Mm-hmm. But it's just like, at the end of the day, I'm an artist. And if you can't act, you can't act. I'm sorry. That's just what it is. But here's my opinion of it. And I know it might sound like primal and borderline ignorant, but.
Which you most definitely are ignorant.
I don't agree.
It's okay.
You're right. I don't agree with the practice of the casting couch, but the casting couch is not an issue when both parties benefit from it.
Oh.
When both parties get what they want, it's not even an issue.
And that makes sense. That makes sense, doesn't it, Mag One?
So now we've put a spin on it. So obviously we had Sarita Love. She's the success junkie, was in studio just before you, Jay, and basically her being a female, obviously her perspective on it is a little bit stronger on the side of females trying to stay away from that, and men who are trying to promote that as being more predatorial in nature. Right. However, by the same token, if there is a mutual attraction and a mutual admiration for maybe a female or whatever, it could be a male who likes the individual who is of power or of substance to which they are having the engagement, they're having dialogue, and as they go through this connection, they are having a mutual agreement on so that, and so they decide to go ahead and get the spit game in order. All right,
Right.
and that person agrees, the other party agrees, and from that comes a promotion of some part for the person who didn't have it, and the other party just gets the wang out. I
that's why they made that song.
I can't,
Everybody
but God
can.
Okay, just remember, keep in mind, I can't, but God can. But I understand that yes, everyone kind of benefits from that. Doesn't necessarily make it right, but it's a point that is well taken. I understand exactly where you're coming from.
And to your point, Mag One, it's what we have to think about is before we get very sensitive about the situation. And it's a choice sometimes. If and like Jay David said, if it's something or a decision where both parties got what they want, that's just two people that happen to hook up and happen to be that situation, and they got down. I got what I want, you got what you want, it's over. But then when you're talking about one of those situations like if you want this part, then you need to touch this part.
Sure. Exactly. And it's a closed environment that's created by the opposition. So what happens, and what I mean by that, and remember, if you guys want to call in, we also appreciate everyone that's continuing to chime in on Facebook Live and people that are also on our Twitter feed. 708-223-8953, 708-223-8953. This is IntellectualRadio.com. It's the Simeon Henderson with Mag One show. We got Jay Davis in studio. We're talking about the casting couch.
Yes.
If someone has put themselves in a place where they're in need of something, I believe that it's always going to be put on the onus of the person in power to make a better decision.
Of course.
So, if there's somehow some way that there was some kind of love at first sight, situation, that's a very rare set of circumstances. It's going to be in the lowest of lowest percentiles that was actually the case. More often than not. Familiar with the Me Too movement, so give them a little bit of
so I mentioned it before, I mentioned it again. So we had the Harvey Weinstein case, right? And where he was accused of sexual misconduct with people and in the business, actresses, and I think even a couple of actors. And then Terry Crews came out against it and talked about how he was groped and what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? He was violated. He was violated, and he came out. And people thought it was funny at first because Terry Crews is like the Incredible Hulk. Well, in this case, he was like when the Incredible Hulk met Thanos. He didn't want to come out no more. So he was, big strong guy. They're like, this big strong guy. Well, you could have just beat him up or slapped him, but it wasn't about that. When you're put in a situation and these people have power and you don't know what's going to happen to your career and what's going to happen with your livelihood. Now you're put in a position where, do I say something? Do I not? Do I wait? What do you think about that?
The headline would have been Terry Crews drunk at a party attacked the Hollywood executive.
Precisely.
That's what the headline would have been.
So the spin doctors would have done so much work on him that his career is put in jeopardy. And so there's where the caveat comes in, where your circumstance can be completely changed and altered because of someone's status, pertaining to how big they are in the industry. That can change the game all the way around.
Yes, sir. And someone wanted to know, Mark Harris says, why is the responsibility put on the person with the power? So, Mark, that's a great question. Why do you think the responsibility is put on the person with the power?
According to Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility.
And that couldn't be put any more adequately. And I understand that you're using a comic book character in order to deliver that message, but that's exactly what it is. Mark, with maybe you're asking the question just to truly kind of just generate the conversation on who should have the responsibility, or why it should be all on them. But I'm thinking that you probably understand, and if you're a person, and Mark Harris is a pretty well-known director, is that right?
Writer,
So,
director, producer
himself.
Great.
He understands as well. If he's casting a movie or a film or whatever it may be, all right?
Yes.
And there are going to be a number of different people. Let's just say, for instance, you have someone who has intentions not is strictly dedicated to the role itself, but hey, I'm going to see how far I can go past just this film. I'm going to come up and I'm going to come on to the director and the whole bit. If your thing is to acquiesce to someone's advances because you are in a single situation or whatever your situation may be, then that's your thing. That's great. But now here's the separation. You are in a working environment.
Right.
The same thing applies for the way that you operate in McDonald's. So I can put it this way. If I went inside of the McDonald's and because I want to get a cheeseburger, I decided that, hey, I'm going to give you an offer. I'm going to spit on it because I want to get this cheeseburger doubled up. All right. So I'm finna spit on it. Now you're in this position.
Cheeseburger?
I'm finna spit on that thing in the video. In the McNulty. Put that spit on that McNulty.
Hold on,
That's that McNulty spit.
I was like, wait a minute.
No.
You lost me for a second, Jay.
Yeah.
Wait a minute,
Sorry
what
if
happened?
you guys got lost there. Let me get you back in there. That's the McNulty spitting. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to bring you back up to speed. That this person she's made the advancement. I'm going to make her a female. But you are the authority. You are the person in power because you have something that she wants.
Right.
Now, you can acquiesce to that because you're being propositioned.
Right.
It's a reverse situation, but it's still a very similar sort of casting couch, just a drastic measure to it.
More like a
But it's not
stand-up.
as though you can just succumb to that. There's a level of responsibility that comes with everything. And if somebody is watching this, do they think that that's wrong? Of course they think that
somebody's
it's wrong.
watching.
Right. So yes, you have a responsibility. You absolutely. It's a working environment. That's the point being.
So your responsibility as that man in power or that woman in power is to make that decision based on your environment, where you're at, and what's going on. It's different if you're at the club and you meet a young lady and you guys proposition each other, or she proposition you, whatever. That's different. You at the club. Right. But now if you're at a place of business or you're trying to get something extra added to what you have, then that's a whole different. That's
Let me also piggyback this and then throw this at
Go
Jay,
ahead, Miss
because
Piggy.
this could happen very much. You and the Dante Diesel, producer extraordinaire, you guys are out at the club, and people know you because you are Mr. Chicago Jr. So they know who you are when you guys hit the club because you guys are coming in entourage with the guns out, ready for the funds out.
Exactly.
Okay, so you guys hit the club,
Ready
hit the
to
strip.
rock out
Guess
with
what?
you?
There is a potential actress or whatever she thinks she wants to be. Somewhere in the back.
Somebody said that
she's
singing
got,
thing.
Yeah,
that singing thing.
she's got her girls with her, right?
Right.
And she says, "Ooh, girl, oh, that's Dante Diesel and Jay Davis, Mr. Chicago Jr."
Yeah.
Guess what I'm finna do? I'm finna tell him my spit game is on tilt.
Mag
Show
One.
finna tell him.
Hey,
Okay.
it's funny you said that, Mag One, because somebody just said people are attracted to power.
So I tried
That's
to beat them to
true.
the punch because I
You
knew that
did.
was coming. So now you are not technically in the work environment, but
You're
what
not.
she's trying to do is get into your film. She's trying to get in there.
She's trying to get in that
You're
work.
still
Put
the
in that work.
person in power, even though you're in a social setting. This has to do with a creative thing that you do, something that you put your name and you attach it to, but you're now being propositioned in order for her to get in on the get in, but you don't know anything about her, and you probably think that she probably wouldn't fit the role, but she's looking slam jam. Thank you, ma'am.
Can I be that little man in his head right now?
You be which
Can I be-
which one are you? You
I'm
the
gonna
one
be
with
the
the
evil
okay, you're the
I'm be the
spiky
evil
guy
right now.
Okay, give it to him.
Man, I don't give a damn. We in a club. I'm about to hit that. But see, and that's so you don't have a
I gotta hear what-
responsibility in the club.
I gotta let the Jay Davis extraordinaire. I gotta
Quincy
let
Trent?
him
What's up,
answer
guys?
that. Jay,
Jay, answer that.
you
Do you have
and you
responsibility?
guys before you hit the club, you had a little bit of that bubbly, okay, before you guys walked in. So
I'm out of it.
you're faded.
Yeah.
Okay, and you can't necessarily count on Diesel to necessarily bring you back into the game because Diesel's kind of tipsed out too.
Right.
What are we doing here?
If we're not on set, then that's a different ball game.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, you will make afterwards, after I wipe up at a house.
Why?
I'm like,
Okay.
you're gonna make a great extra one day. I'm gonna see that you're gonna be a great club extra.
So
Where would you
brutal.
head on tonight in this club scene? And
It's so brutal.
So now we're gonna go to a person watching live. Crystal Iris says
Oh,
you have to draw boundaries whenever you have power because it's attractive, but people in power also take advantage of that and seek opportunities. That is true.
that's my co-host. Shout out to Crystal Iris.
Oh, Crystal Iris,
That's
thank
my
you for that.
co-host.
We're
And so
gonna
yeah,
we're-
and yeah. So as that, but we had spoke on we spoke on that initially. We
Mhm.
understand that they're seeking, to take advantage, but this is someone who is looking for an advantageous situation that wasn't preempted by
Mhm.
the person of power. However, this is where the onus of responsibility comes in, and
And
that's
there's-
where I'm.
it still
This is
go-
where I'm
it still
alluding
come-
to.
It still comes back to that Mag One, and I agree with you. And like I said, it's a serious conversation that sometimes you have to make light of in certain situations because it's even though it's serious, the situations that you're put in are actually funny.
And,
They're funny.
and the sad thing is, and the serious part, I was just joking, but the serious part about the whole situation is we see this all the time where athletes or entertainers are basically being stalked by people who are trying to benefit off of them. And
Trying to
so
get a baby.
you're not on set, you're not in your work environment,
Yep.
but you have someone attracted to power
Mhm.
making moves that you can't, resist,
Right.
and you got to be smart about it. Do I knock this person up and give a percentage of my money for the 18 years of my life,
And that's the
or do I make her sign some kind of documents? So it's with power, you get that stuff with power.
right. So we've been talking about the casting couch. We've been having a great conversation. We're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna wrap the show up. We're going to have Miss Rita Love come back in, Mag One. We're going to have Tawana Divine, the celebrity chef, and we're going to have Jay Davis, and we're going to wrap this thing up with everybody's opinion and what people think, and just have a good time for the last few minutes of the show. So stay tuned, everybody. We will be back in exactly 1 minute and 30 seconds.
On the Simeon Henderson and Mag One show.
Okay, let me start by saying I was wrong. I ain't never had a problem admitting my faults. You still put up with me, I showed you where the door at. You made the decision to get treated like a doormat. My mama said if the truth hurts, say ouch. Shoe was on the other foot, trust me love, I would've bounced. Now you on the phone, yelling and screaming and cursing. I believed I was, I guess I just wasn't the person you were looking for. Loved you, I had a thing for whores. You were first, I never done this relationship thing before. I apologize, don't fix it and know that it's broke. Plus they say a man is only good as the woman he chose. I can't take blame for every single thing that we've been through. Know you mad as hell, but baby, it's the truth. I can't be who you want me to. Wish you didn't leave, but hell, I don't blame you. It's so crazy you should not to see. I never was the guy that you should be with. So take a long look at yourself. I know you think that I'm to blame. For what I've done, girl, I'm ashamed. But the blame ain't all on me. You just chose not to see. This is who I choose to be. This is what I chose, love. Girl, there ain't no changing me. I never change. But the blame ain't all on me. You just chose not to see. Why the hell would you put up with the crazy shit I do? And if I was you, I'd probably hate me too. One day I'll stop being this way.
Check two.
But thanks for sure that day.
Check one, check two.
It's so crazy you should not.
Check one, check two.
Check one, check two.
So take a long look at yourself. I know you think that I'm to blame. For what I've done, girl, I'm ashamed. But the blame ain't all on me.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to the Simeon Henderson Show with Mag One. We have our awesome guest, Jay Davis, and the celebrity chef. Miss Tawana Divine. We are about to wrap this show up and we're going to do it with a bang. And before we do it, I have a couple of questions that I want to ask the ladies. And before I ask the question,
Before we even do that, we've got an amazing spread.
That's what-
right
yep,
here.
there you
by
go.
this, lovely
that's
chef
what I
right
would.
here.
That's,
Tell us a little bit.
Go
about
ahead,
this and
Mag
tell
One.
us where we can get some of these good things.
Jerk chicken sliders. You can get them by calling me at 708-995-8867.
What was that number?
I'm sorry, 708-495-8867 or divinetreatswithaz.com.
okay. Treats with a Z.
Oh, that is delicious.
know-
Tell us about
you know
this
black
little
people can't
creation
spell
right
anyway.
here. What is this?
That is my blueberry basil lemonade. It is organic. I had a ton of blueberries and basil left over, and I came up with the
What
concoction.
blueberry
It's
You
basil is
blueberry
going on
and
in there?
basil. You
That's
see that,
right,
guys?
blueberry and basil.
So, if you guys watching the show have noticed this, I'm drinking it. It's not liquor, okay? That was just.
I can't tell.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
I'm
Look,
not sure.
everybody.
What else
at
is in that
this-
blueberry basil?
This is a blueberry.
Everybody sitting at this table, do me a favor and sit up straight for me. We're all rocking Mad Papers. I can't, but my God can t-shirt because everybody's sitting at this table. We've been through adversity. We've overcome. We've started on businesses and done the thing. And we want you to know that there is something to have faith in and there is a higher power. And you have to understand who you are and whose you are. And don't be scared to tell people. You got to be symbolic. Okay?
Even if you're atheist.
Shut up. I'm not saying that. I guess. So I think we have a caller. We have a caller.
So we're basically finishing up the subject matter that we talked about today was basically the casting couch. You're on the Simeon Henderson with the Mag One show. Caller, who are you?
This is Melinda Ashford.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Pretty good in yourself.
Wait a minute. Melinda, like my childhood friend Melinda?
Yes.
Like,
This is Melinda.
like, wow. This is like, y'all don't understand. Like her mom and my mom were best friends and they were seamstress and made all kind of clothes. We go all the way back.
Wow, that's fantastic.
So,
Hey, Crystal, I called Crystal because we had the connection. So
okay.
she told me to call because for some reason I couldn't text. So
Okay.
my question is, now that we know what the problem is, how are you dealing with it? I didn't hear the whole thing, and if you guys had made a response to that, but it was a two-part question. Now that we know the problem, how do we deal with it, and what are the appropriate consequences for what's happening?
Well, we'll let our panel just jump out right out
Yeah.
there. So we'll start on the with the beautiful side first. We'll go with Sarita Love, and we'll work our way down to Second Beauty, and they'll be able to answer it.
So
Then
I
we'll get
guess
to
they
Jay
gonna
Davis,
never
so
get
we'll
over
let
here
that-
to you and
Yeah,
Jay.
Sarita, the success junkie, which I've aptly named her now the success girl.
How you just gonna change her name? She done branded
She
herself.
liked it.
Am I answering the question? Or?
Yeah, you're
please,
answering the question.
absolutely.
How do we?
I see what time.
All right. I would say stand firm in what you believe in. It really boils down to really taking it to the highest extent that you have to. If you're serious about it and you feel disrespected, why not? Although, and I had to step away, so I missed some of the fun and the raw side of it with the gentleman. But stand
It was raw.
stand your ground.
Yeah.
Because in you speaking up and you stepping up, you're not just saving yourself, you're saving others from that
Yes.
ever occurring again in that space that you have stepped up for
Say
and
that.
stepped out in.
Our lovely
So-
gourmet chef to the stars.
Let's go.
Please take
I
it back,
agree
please.
with Sarita 100%.
Yes.
Once you know your worth and you know who you are, you stand on it, because if you don't respect you, nobody else will. People treat you like you let them treat you.
Come on,
Hey,
now.
man, Jay Davis.
Jay Davis, what you think?
I agree. Stand
Give
up.
give a. We have to guide him. Give a good answer, not a funny
I'm gonna
one.
give a real answer.
Okay.
Stand up for yourself. Don't compromise yourself. Will it stop? It's never gonna stop.
Never.
It's never gonna stop. As long as people can make hush money checks, it's not gonna stop.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's just what it is. But don't compromise yourself.
Who's the king of hush money checks?
As always, we do appreciate that you calling in.
Oh.
Thank you for calling. We always do that. Of
Bye,
course,
Melinda.
on the Mag One. Yeah, so this is the Simeon
Okay.
Henderson and Mag One show. Thank you again. Make sure that you guys continue to tune in. Whether we back on with you guys next Thursday. You can find us at the same spot, 9 p.m. And as always, dial in as often and as likelihood as you could.
And
We
share.
appreciate that as always. Thank
Share.
you guys, and share that on Facebook. Have a great night. Appreciate that.
Okay. So go ahead, Mag One. You give yours, and then I'll finish it up because I want to give you guys my story about how I was
Well, do this. Yeah, give the story. Yeah, give the story. Give the story.
I was escorted.
We can sum it up from there.
Okay, so I was escorted. I'm sorry. No, I was escorted to the casting couch. I say that because the way it happened for me, I was living in LA, right? And I know that my career would be further ahead had I given in or compromised who I was. But there was a situation where I got down to the last audition. This is it. I'm in. And I thought it was a little funny when it was at 8 p.m. in Beverly Hills. But I'm out in LA and I'm literally, guys, I lived in my car for 3 months. I'm gonna tell you that story another time. But I'm like, hey, this is it for me. I'm about all the hard work. I'm getting in. And I go and then I get to the place and the people, the maitre d', whatever you want to call them, let me in. And it was like, have a seat. They'll be right with you. And I'm like, cool, and my antennas are up. But I'm thinking about the big picture. I'm like, man, I'm in. So I'm sitting there and someone comes out with a smoking jacket on and a cigar. True story. I can't make this up. And sat down and politely propositioned me and said, I'll just tell you right now, you're very talented. We like you. We want you. But this is the final step. This will change your life. Financially, nationally, this will change your life. And I will tell you, in the back of my mind, I wanted to snap. But me being a sound mind person and a person always thinking, and I've been through a lot from a young age, I thought about it. And I know people that have gotten blackballed. So the way that I was going to respond to this was going to determine my future in this business. Because all it takes is one person, especially when you high up like that. And I looked that person right in their eye and I said, and I'm being honest with you guys, I said, I'm flattered. I said, maybe another time, another life. If I was down with that, we would be all good. But I'm not down with that. So I respectfully declined. And he told me, he said, are you sure this is going to change your life? And I'm like, I'm sure. And I stayed cool about it. And he told me, he said, this doesn't leave this place. You're still going with your career. Keep working hard. You're gonna be successful. This is what he told me. It just would have happened faster. But he said, I respect the fact that you stood up for who you are and I said, well, thank you. I'm glad you didn't get mad or anything like that. Because in the back of my mind, I'm glad he didn't get mad because I would have whooped his ass. But it was a cordial thing, and no handshakes, just a Gilligan hi-oh, and I was out. And that was my experience. And I had several experiences. And I'm just glad that I didn't compromise who I was, because at the end of the day, if you compromise who you are, it's gonna come back. I think Cardi B said it best. You got women out here sucking and effing their way to the top, and they got to understand that something comes with that. Something comes with it, and that's for anybody, man or female. You have to stand your ground and stick to who you are. If you choose to go that route, know what comes with it, and don't get mad when you don't get everything you wanted. Know what comes with it. But if you stand your ground, put in the hard work, strap on, put your bootstraps on, and just ride it out. And that's what I decided to do. I decided to trust God and not trust man, and give up my backside. And it wasn't even my backside.
So when you walked out, did you take any positive? Like, at least he thought I was cute.
I didn't. What was it, Lot's wife that looked back and turned into a pillar of salt?
All day.
I didn't look back.
You didn't look back?
I'm telling you, I walked out that house, got in my car, never looked back. Never look back, and I don't regret it to this day, because I'm still working hard, and God has been blessing me. I've done national commercials, national shows, so I know I'm working with you beautiful people, Mag One. I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I just took the it's a marathon, not a sprint. So I want to tell you guys that it's a marathon, not a sprint. And I'm excited to have you guys on. I'm excited for the people that's gonna watch the show, sponsor the show. Mad Paper. I know I can't, but God can. And there's hard situations. You have to know who you are.
Awesome. Let's give some finality to this. So let's get the last thoughts on the casting couch subject matter from everyone. Get it summed up. And once again, we really appreciate all of the people that have chimed in on Facebook Live, the people who are working our Twitter feed heavy, and those people who have had an opportunity to call in. I know that lots are still trying to get through in the lines and haven't been able to. We'll catch you next week on the rebound. But this is the subject matter that kind of hits home for a lot of people that are in the entertainment business. And even if it's somebody who just is on the job search or something that they are trying to accomplish, and it's somebody ahead of them that's giving them the proposition, this might shed some light and give you a little bit of clarity on maybe how to go about your business and what the best way of doing that. Sarita Love, final thoughts.
I always believe what's yours is already yours. I said this earlier, and I firmly stand in this statement. I believe if God has co-signed on it, it's already yours.
Yep.
It's already yours. You'll know what's not for you.
Ms. Divine.
I agree. Your gift is your gift, and it was given to you to use it, and you're going to be blessed with your efforts. So stand your ground and don't sell yourself short.
Okay.
Jay Davis.
Talent always will prevail, even over a smoking jacket.
Wow.
I can't stand him.
Hell's got a couch waiting for you. And you're going to get casted. You're going to get casted.
I do not like this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Casted
You're
or
going to get,
casket.
casketed it. Yeah.
Mag one hit him.
Listen, to resonate what everyone has said, it is what your talent is. However, there are extras, and there are people who progress their careers by doing extra. I don't know if I'm in the breath to be able to say that, hey, they did what was wrong or what was right. They did what they thought that they needed to do. However, if you can live with yourself for doing the right things. There's a stanza that comes from one of my favorite playwrights of all time, and that's Rudyard Kipling. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowances for their doubting too. Think about what you're doing and how you're going to compromise. You may not be the best person for doing what you do or for not doing what you do, but when you can live with the decision that you made because you knew it was the right thing to do, that is something that you can pass on to your heirs, something that you can pass on to somebody else later in life. That's what makes you stand out from every other human in this world. Keep that in mind, and that's what's going to help you strive for the best and be able to do the best in going forward. Sam.
And I'm going to leave you guys with this. We did a show, and I talked about Samson versus Delilah. You're talking about power, right? Mm-hmm. Two people of power. One, power from God. One, the power of being a woman, right? And what do I mean by this? And I said, let's think about it. Here it is that Samson, the strongest man in the world, at that time, going about in his purpose, he's career-minded and he's clear, right? Mm-hmm. And on his way to being promoted by God by defeating all of his enemies and armies and destroying them. So what did the kings do? They wanted to take him out, right? So they stopped sending the armies and they sent Delilah, right? They sent a female to get in his mind, to get his mind off his strength, off his purpose, off his career, and you know the rest of the story. So this story is not to say that career is more important than your purpose, gifts, or dreams, but there must be a balance. There has to be a balance. And I feel that you have to determine what that balance is and should be for your life. And in the end, you live life to the fullest and to your full potential. And you have to decide what you're going to accept, what you're not going to accept, what you're going to do, and what you're not going to do. We're all sitting here. We're all business-minded people. We all have goals and dreams and aspirations. But how far will we go to accomplish them? We can go far, but the right way. So everybody that's watching, I thank you guys. Mag One, we thank you guys for tuning in. Our guests, we thank you guys. Thank you to our sponsor for the night, Mad Paper. I can't, but my guy can. If you want the shirt, inbox me. We'll get it out to you. We're going to take pictures and everything. I'm so happy. Wanda, thank you for being on the controls. Hey, we had a great show tonight. Remember, the casting couch. It's not about a couch or entertainment. It's about life, corporate, and anything you do. Okay? So live life. and like I said, this show gives a voice to the people. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Simeon Henderson with Mag One show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Check us out every Thursday night, 9 p.m. It's going down. Intellectual Radio, iHeartRadio, and live on Facebook and YouTube. See you guys later. Be symbolic. Simply your best. Peace.
Still put up with me. I showed you where the door at. You made the decision to get treated like a doormat. My mama said if the truth hurts, say ouch. She was on